So you go out to look for a job, and your employer asks you questions. You answer those questions to the best of your ability. Answers have to relate to the questions that were asked upon by the employer. Usually you would say something pretty creative, but as long as it was within the spectrum of what the question was about. When you're at your job interview, you're not supposed to say this.
You're obsessed with Donald Trump. You have Trump derangement syndrome.
Answer my question.
No.
I'll reclaim my time. This wasn't a
Do you want me to answer or do you want to He's a hypocrite. Shame on you. This isn't a circus. This is a
Secretary,
Attorney General.
my apologies.
The hearing on February 11th was not how you would handle a job like that. So I think by now, everybody has already heard about the Epstein situation. I've already heard about it. Everybody's heard about it. But I do think the problem with the current administration is that they are not well received and well liked when it comes to releasing this information with such detail. When it comes to basically redacting the number, and I'm saying right here, the number of victims allegedly ran over and allegedly were in Epstein's sex trafficking empire. But also, there were some pages where there were actually billionaires listed out. And those people were redacted. So the victims were unredacted, and the billionaires were redacted. What a surprise! And obviously, the DOJ, also known as the Department of Justice here in the United States, basically stated that we will basically fix all of this. Have they fixed it? It depends on what they have fixed. So, on February 11th, 2026, a hearing oversighted by the House Judiciary Committee testified the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, regarding her handling of the Epstein situation. And if you saw the entirety of that 5 to 6 hour hearing, you would know that Pam Bondi does not, and I mean right here, does not answer the questions to the best of her ability, like how you would handle those questions if you're looking out for a job. She was told by many lawmakers, Republican and Democrat, regarding the legality and oftentimes the incredibility of the Epstein situation by her. And she basically resorted to other measures like measuring the economic performance, which is not what she's known about, and that's not what her job is, but also talking about other events that do not align to what the House Judiciary Committee told her to talk about, which is a big problem. So when Jimmy Kimmel says this,
Sorry. You're all so caught up with pedophilia, you're not even thinking about your IRAs.
you know you effed up. You know you effed up to an audience. It's not just Jimmy Kimmel that has been talking about this. Basically, everybody's been talking about this. The reason why? Because Pam Bondi does not know how to get her shit done. A lot of the lawmakers were basically telling her, and were telling the chair, Jim Jordan, to basically reclaim their time. Jim Jordan told those lawmakers several times that Pam Bondi had the right to speak, even though Pam Bondi was not talking about the topic that the lawmakers were introducing to her. Which is a big problem, because Jim Jordan was the leader on how to basically manage the lawmakers to make sure that these practices were never established. He just basically stated to Pam Bondi and be like, the floor is all yours, which is a problem. You know what else is not a problem? Joni South, also known as the Safety Alliance for User Protection. The alliance has been made on Discord, as I've announced, and you can actually join with the link in my description. If you want to join, I will answer you some questions. The questions are pretty easy, like how how you would apply for a job, but the questions are pretty easy. All you gotta do is just click the link below, and you're basically in. But heading back to the main topic of the video, Donald Trump, later on, after Pam Bondi was testified by the House Judiciary Committee, basically applauded what she said. But everybody was not happy. I referenced Jimmy Kimmel, but everybody alongside the political spectrum, and basically those that are outside the political spectrum and don't want to talk about politics at all, are not happy, including me. I've been very clear. You have to be transparent on something huge like the Epstein files. One lawmaker, I think it was Thomas Massie, basically stated that this might be bigger than Watergate. If you don't know what Watergate is, it's basically a political scandal that dates back to, I believe, between the 17th of June 1972 to the 8th of August 1974. You can research that, but this has been a problem for the last several years. Why am I introducing this as a problem? Well, the DOJ is not meant to be used as a political pawn. It's supposed to be independent. It has to assert its independence. A lot of other times, it would provide transparent information. But what Pam Bondi just did basically made me boil to the point where I'm like, is this even what we're doing when it comes to asserting justice? I saw the hearing. I only spent like about 15 to 20 minutes listening to the hearing. And basically, whenever a question is projected to Pam Bondi about the Epstein situation, she deflects the question. Which basically enrages me, because how are you supposed to deflect a question that is targeted to you about a current situation that you have to handle, but talk about things that are not related to your jurisdiction? Ask Bondi about that. Don't ask me. But before I end this video, I am so close to hitting 100 subscribers. Currently, I have 98. If you could subscribe to my channel right now, it will definitely help me get to that threshold and to that milestone. And I would appreciate if you like this video and share this video to more people so they can enjoy the content that you're watching. As always, thank you to everybody that's been watching this video, and for next time, cook out!